What did he say?
I don't know. Oh, I can't do the opening song because I dropped D.
You dropped your D?
I dropped my D. The opening song. I'm going to have to do it differently.
Time to pick it up.
So usually I do this fun little thing. You could just open it up because usually I do this fun little. I can't even do it because I played. Well, I could do it. You know, it's a work in progress.
You know what? I play a lot in open D, so it's actually kind of fitting.
That's usually what I do. Yay! Which doesn't work very well when you're in drop D at all.
No, you can't do the jump.
And I was like, wait, that sounds awful. Welcome in. Welcome, Katie.
Hey, thank you. It's great to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. You're normally the busiest woman in show business. You're someplace on nearly every night of the week that I know of.
Yeah. I'm usually at open mic on Tuesday, so you caught me on a good week.
Well, good. I'm happy to hear that. I'm sorry. This is what you folks don't see, but you hear every week is that I run around like a crazy person for about 7 or 8 hours before this starts, and I still run out of time every single week. And these guys witness it now. These guys are getting better at going. Do you have the dumb joke of the week? Do you have the but I still am like tangled in chords and like tripping over things as it's. But I still was like.
That's me before every open mic.
Is it?
Oh yeah, especially like at the VFW because I have that after therapy, so I have to rush there.
Right. So there's a time right. I only have 7 or 8 hours to set up for this. So.
Yeah. No, I feel that. No.
So Tuesday nights, you do every other week. You do.
Second and fourth Tuesdays of the month, I'm at Altar Brewing in downtown St. Charles, which is right on the river there next to that beautiful river walk that they just redid, which is gorgeous, but it makes load-in a real PIA. And Riverlands Brewing, I'm there every second and last Sunday of the month. So it's usually the same week except for those months where there's 5 weeks. Then, people get confused at the end with
right.
the 4th and 5th week. But
well, the big news is the reason that we're switching to Thursday so that I can go to your open mic.
Oh hell yeah! I'd love to hear that. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
That is the real reason. Any other reason?
And then I can come to the streams on Thursday because I'm not usually busy on Thursday.
Right, you can be part of the peanut gallery when you're not busy.
I know,
see?
I love it.
The peanut gallery is fun. So I appreciate you being here, and I'm truly happy to have you here. So we tried a couple times to work it out, and so that's great. So I've been to your Sunday stuff, and the first time I think I ran into you. No, I met you at the Sunday night one.
Yeah, Riverlands.
And it was you. Then I saw you play drums for Josette.
Yes.
And that was like the first weekend, and you said, I need to see you. And then I saw you like 4 days in a row.
Yeah.
The first time I met you, and you're like, well, this is getting ridiculous now.
You showed up to play at that gig that I picked up last minute for that farmer's market almost type thing.
Well, I didn't show up to play. You just I was going there to move seed, pick up stuff for the farmer's market for my wife.
Yeah.
You just said you want to play a song. I said, well, I'll be standing here for the next few minutes until I have to put things in the car. So sure, I'll play a song.
That was a beautiful coincidence.
It was fun.
Yeah. And then I remember I saw you like 3 days in a row, and I was like, I guess we're best friends now.
Which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, me too.
And then I don't know. Last week I was sitting at Sidecar just having prime rib on Friday night, which I like to do. My wife calls it she said it reminds her of a place that her father would go. When,
it has that nostalgic feel about it, but it's one of Batavia's oldest bars for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love that place.
Yeah, it
And
feels awesome.
I'll just on Friday, if there's nothing going on here, I'll be like, I'm just gonna go have some primer.
Great food.
And I was just sitting there, and then in comes you and your wife, and I heard you before I saw you.
Oh yeah.
And I said to you earlier, it's the same as my daughter. My daughter is named Katie as well, and you have the same personality trait, which is the decibel level of the room, and the energy level, not just decibel, but energy level as well. It's the same. It's the same whole vibe. You got this whole. You lift the whole room's spirit.
I think I just started projecting into a microphone and never stopped.
Yeah. Now, how old were you when you started singing? Like, were you little? Was it an immediate thing?
So like I started playing guitar because of School of Rock. Actually, I watched that movie and I was like, I want to be just like Jack Black. And I actually
Who doesn't?
My grandpa had given me a ukulele that like we had played, beat it up, and it only had one string left, and I learned how to play Smoke on the Water on that string, and and then my parents bought me an electric guitar, and I played it for like 8 hours straight. I remember my mom being like, "Are you coming to dinner?" And I was like, "God, no."
Oh, I missed lunch.
Yeah, right. And then one of my dad's really good friends that was like the father of one of the sons that my brothers played hockey with was a really good guitar player, and he had this awesome room with like all these Gibsons and Les Pauls and like Taylors and stuff. Like he just had this really cool guitar gallery at his house, and he was in a bunch of bands. And I remember I was literally like 10 years old. I'd been playing guitar for a couple years, like not really singing. And he was like, you gotta sing and play guitar. That's like my biggest regret when I learned how to play guitar was not singing with it. And I remember I played No Rain by Blind Melon in my bedroom for my friends for the first time. And they were like, that was good.
Right, but they weren't singing it.
Yeah, that's true. My wife always has this quote. I forget who it's from. But it's like, like the man in the arena, like, like people can scoff or like, critique that person however they want, but they would never have the braverism to do that. Braverism. Yeah. I'm watching Wicked too much.
It's easy to criticize somebody or make a joke about somebody standing or. And we've all done it. Like, we've all thought something at one point or another. I know I have, and I'm not proud of it. But then you spend enough time trying to do something or trying to expand what you do, and then you quickly learn, oh, no. It takes an awful lot of bravery, and it takes an awful lot of, like, you just have to just try, like just trying. Yeah. Anybody on any level to just try to get over the fear of standing up there and putting yourself out there to be judged.
That's what the open mic is about.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm really happy that I've been doing altar for like a couple years. We're going on a couple years there, and Riverlands is going to be 3 years in January, and I see a new face every time, and there's a lot of people that it's like their first time playing out is at one of my open mics, and that's like really what I try to cultivate is a good like space and a comfortable space for people to do that, no matter what instrument or like skill level they have. Sometimes we get comedians. I had a couple of girls do this really cute poem at the VFW the last time I was there last month. That was about all their friends and their different personalities, and they alternated lines. It was really sweet and really awesome and unique, so just try to cultivate a good space and a new space and a space where separate from cliques and like favoritisms and
encourage
stuff like that. Yeah,
to be encouraging and encouraging art and creativity and to allow people to be who they are and do what they do on whatever level they're at, because the only way to get any better is to go out there, and nobody starts out great.
Yeah.
Like, nobody does.
Yeah. Even if you're great playing acoustically in your house, it's a totally different ballgame when you're plugged in,
And you have to learn the skill. And so to have the ability to get out there and do it, and people like yourselves, and there's a number of people around this area that are doing what you're doing, and I applaud. because it's not easy to even do that, because even within that context, there are things within doing that task that can be challenging, and I'm sure there are nights where it's difficult. So it's hard to keep it a good experience for everyone.
Yeah.
Because there are plenty of people that are willing to push that boundary. So
Totally.
I think that's a noble thing. So
Thank you.
what song we got? A couple songs to do. You got a song picked out, or are you still deciding?
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to try to stick to some of the newer stuff. Alfonso and I have been working really hard. I should say, actually, the whole band. Hannah has put in a lot of work too, which is really cool. We almost have like a postal service thing going where like Alfonso will record something and Hannah can record the bass part remotely, and then Ryan Caldwell plays the drums for us, and he has a whole drum setup and studio at his own house. So it all kind of works out where we can just pull all those parts together remotely, which is incredible. So yeah, we've been working. We had the 6 tracks from Fall Spring, the first EP that we released a couple of years ago on Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff, and we're working on the 6 other tracks that we've been playing live for the past couple of years that kind of makes up our whole set.
So for those who don't know, your project is
Fall Spring,
Okay.
which is, like the really warm week of weather that we get randomly every year at like the end of February. We definitely had it last year. It was like 70 degrees like at the end of the month, and then it went back to being 30 again. So a Midwest term for a Midwest band is how I like to put it. And our bio, now that we've officially inducted Hannah and Ryan, is 4 friends that want to be your friends playing Midwest surf rock. So, I want to play something new that's going to be on the second EP that we're recording right now. It should be done hopefully by the end of this month. We're just working on a couple more things to do. So this is Little Submarine is this one, and I kind of wrote it with the inspiration of a surf rock song from Rolling Blackout Coastal Waves, I think is the name of the band. It's a long name, but they got a really cool surf rock sound to them, and that's kind of what I was going for. And I used the inspiration of growing up in my, kind of bougie suburban town as the backdrop for the lyrics.
Right on.
Will you take it in at the falls and the beaches? Will you take it in at the sea? Will you take it in the town you grew up in? Will you take it in with me? Will you take care of my Matchbox collection when it's too hard to breathe? Will you take it in at the falls and the beaches? Will you take it in at the sea? Where's the box of bows and freaky tones, exploding drones? I wanna call you on the telephone. I'm into making sounds and breaking grounds and leaving towns. You make me wanna stick around. Will you take it in at the falls and the beaches? Will you ever look for me? Will you ever seem to find where it reaches? Will you ever find me? Will you ever go as far as you wanted in your little submarine? Will you take it in at the falls and the beaches? Will you take it in at the sea? Where's the box of bones and freaky tones, exploding drones? I wanna call you on the telephone. I'm into making sounds and breaking grounds and leaving towns. You make me wanna stick around. You make me wanna stick around. Where's a box of bones and freaky tones, exploding drones? I wanna call you on the telephone. into making sounds and breaking grounds and leaving towns. You make me wanna stick around. Where's the box of bones and freaky tones, exploding drones? I wanna call you on the telephone. I'm into making sounds and breaking grounds and leaving towns. You make me wanna stick around. You make me wanna stick around. You make me wanna stick around. Thank you. That's Little Submarine. It'll be coming out very soon from Fall Spring.
It was beautiful.
Thank you. It's even better with the full band. I gotta give it to Hannah and Alfonso. We've created some really cool 3-part harmonies on this second EP, which we didn't really have the time to do in the first one. I don't even think Hannah was officially in the band when we recorded that. I think Alfonso was actually doing the bass parts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool to see the progression of, and the strengths that we've acquired and how we can utilize those resources.
Yeah.
Specifically Hannah. I don't know if she's watching, but shout out to her. Also, shout out to Pete. Shout out to Angus. Shout out to Diane, Nancy, all the people that keep my open mics fun and afloat.
Angus is up there.
Yeah.
Pete?
There we go.
They're up there?
Mm-hmm. There's so many others. Blue, who's here.
Right.
Yeah, appreciate you. Josette when she can make it.
Yeah. Well, when Hannah was here, such a delightful singer and such a delightful human. Mm-hmm. In fact, meeting Hannah at your open mic, and then the way that Josette and I became like friends was the two of them, like, as I've said many times on the show here, that the two of them sitting at a table, that them challenging my thought process very deeply, to a point where I went home, like, in the most positive way, but I went home like really like whoa, like,
yeah.
One night in a delightful sort of way, and been friends ever since. So, but it was over at Riverlands, and that was great. That was really great, and I could totally hear really lush harmonies, so I look forward to hearing that.
Yeah, it's really fun to listen to. It almost has like a Fleet Foxes vibe.
I was watching you bop around over there, so you're very familiar with it, I think.
I love that one.
Yeah. Joseph.
My wife is kind of a secret weapon too. She went to school for vocal music at NIU for a few years, so like harmony's like a second nature to her, and we usually record at the house, so if she's around, we'll just be like, hey, can you hop in and throw something on top of what we have? And
that is a secret weapon,
and it doesn't
for sure.
even take her more than 5 minutes. She comes up with the part and she usually nails it in like less than 3 takes.
Yeah, I don't like people like that.
It's great. Speaking of, like,
it's just because I'm jealous mostly, because it takes me 1,000 takes.
I'm so proud of her because she's like really broken out of her shell. We're like performing together. We usually do a Christmas set together at a couple breweries in December. And like, music school is tough. It'll really make you feel like you're not as talented as you actually are when they break it down to a science instead of an art.
Right, and every single person you're dealing with is
crazy
uber talented. Right.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
But it was hard with that magnifying glass, on, and I think there's a lot of unlearning there. Like, she has to be like, okay, nobody's judging me or grading me on this performance right now. But
sure, which is logical.
Yeah, yeah. So
because we do that,
awesome.
like I do that, and I didn't go to school for it.
Right?
Like,
It is. I guess and that's cool. It can be a universal experience. We can all overcome that together.
Well, any of us. That's one of the reasons why I want to make sure to highlight what you're doing, or anyone who's nurturing this thing, and it became for myself like. One of the things that I could always do from a young age was write songs. So like when I started playing with my friends, I started writing songs when I was 14. So much so that like at a young age, when other people were playing covers, I was like, no, we have to play originals. Mm-hmm. And like that was the weird thing. But and then so myself and my friends, like we we all of us worked on original songs, but like it was something I could always do. And at this point now, I realized in doing this that my thing was to encourage anyone. No. If you want to write songs, you should try. Like, don't worry about what someone thinks or what it is. Like, develop the skill, keep doing it. And it's the same whether it's performing or writing a song or whatever. Pottery, like, you know, like whatever it is, just do it. Like, don't let somebody's negative BS stop you from doing something that you want to try to do.
I'm into that, Mike.
Right.
Yeah.
And so right on to what you're doing too. So, and anybody who's doing anything like that.
Well,
so.
and you too. This is such a cool experience to be able to give the local musicians out here this live stream that you're doing. So thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate it. I guess to me it doesn't seem like a thank you for saying that. It doesn't seem like too big of a deal to me, but you're welcome.
I think it's super cool. I think about like, this was never something I would have thought I would have been able to do like when I was like just starting playing guitar. So it's awesome how many
and
of
you
my
remind
friends
me of
I've seen
something
on
very
here.
important. You know why?
Why?
Because almost for the third time, I almost forgot to thank the people at the bunker. So I went to see the bunker live, and I told you that before we started.
That was actually the first time I ever did anything like this.
Yeah?
Was there, and that was like right before 2020.
Right.
Yeah.
They're such nice people, and they do such a great job. And the reason that I wanted to mention is Brian Christian Adam invited me, and he's been here a bunch of times as part of the Peanut Gallery, and I've been to his open mic, and he's such a kind person. And he invited me over there to watch, and I started out just doing this as a thing where a guy with no gigs. I played music my whole life, played gigs on and off a zillion times, like pretty seriously, but had given up on all this, and just was done. I'm not very good at getting gigs, and I had lost all confidence in any of this stuff. And the only thing I could think to do, you know, like 10 years ago, I managed to put together the smallest level of a YouTube channel and live stream once or twice with some guys. It was like the most basic level that you could, and then that was something that was sort of like Live at Daryl's House. Like, if you ever saw that,
For sure.
was the concept.
Okay.
But it failed miserably. Like, didn't get through past more than once or twice. But then, with nothing to do or no place to play, I managed to put one camera in the room upstairs and start just playing a song once a week, or you know, and just as a thing to do. And I called it the stream to no one, and that's how it started. And then, in talking to Aaron Kelly once, he came over for Shiggles, we started talking about songwriting, and then it turned into this. So that's all.
And now it's not streaming to no one. We got some people.
Hello,
people.
You're a very popular person, but in going to see, you know, then you go, well, then you watch it back and go, well, that doesn't look very good, and then you try to make it look better, and then you move to this room or that room. I moved to 55 times in this place.
I love the progression. That's what it's all about.
And then I went to those guys, and I would recommend that, you know, when we're done, I believe theirs is starting, so you could tune over there and when we're done and see and watch the bunker live. But they're delightful people, and I learned a million things just by going there one time and seeing how they do things. And I think that you learn one thing, one step each time you do anything. So, like I said, to me, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, but I guess it looks like something. There's lights and things and cameras and screens and all kinds of weird stuff pointed at it.
This is a great production. It's super cool.
it's
I'm honored.
It's barely hanging on by. If it wasn't for Josette, none of it would work. Blue is keeping things together and helping with push extra buttons that I forget to push, and so it's really becoming a thing. It's fun. It's really fun. So I was gonna play. Did I tune down? I did. I did go back.
Back to drop D.
I did.
Yeah.
Usually by now, I lean on my guitar.
That was
so much.
subtle. I didn't even hear you do that.
Let's see. So I wrote this song once. My life was really beginning to go down the tubes pretty quickly, almost to the point where it didn't seem like it was real. It was very surreal. It was this alternate reality, so it was this surreality. So it was. The song is actually on a record I put out in 2013, 12, 13. It's called Inside Out was the name of the record, and it was wasn't actually MeL Muzic at that point. Somebody convinced me that that was a dumb name, and so then I went with the
Haters.
Brit Marsden band, but I wish I never did that. So. My journey zigzags up to the north and to the east. After that, 2 points unknown. Who'd have thought it'd go this far? Looking for a sense of peace. Peace of mind you call my own. So little left that's of me now. Broken shards, broken dreams, and I got to rise above it now. Surreality. It comes in solace, thine art it comes in truth, thine art turned inside out. Mustn't fret over yesterday, what's come to pass shall stay. Nothing left to say, nothing left to say. So little left that's of me now. Living someone else's dreams, and I got to rise above it now. Surreality. 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 Thanks.
I love it, man. That was awesome. I love that lick.
I often say that my life was going to hell. My dad lived in rural Michigan, like outside of Detroit. So I drove to his house and I sat in his garage and drank beer for a week. So
Sounds like that'll fix it.
it didn't. It didn't fix anything, but it was a peaceful couple of days.
There you go. I'll take a peaceful couple days.
Things were very unpeaceful here in the state of Illinois, so I at least got a couple of days to think some things through. So, and then I went back to the chaos. So album side of the week. Now, when I was trying to get the headphones were not working in the minutes leading up to doing this, and there was a bit of a panic, and our friend Dan was here, and he's like, "I'll pick the album," and then he was looking through albums, and we found like one of your childhood favorite records.
It's literally my favorite vinyl. My wife and I listen to it
I heard
all
you
the
go.
time.
I heard you say, "You have that on vinyl," and I turned around and I said, "Well, that has to be the record, which is Frampton Comes Alive, right?" So, Frampton Comes Alive, and I said, "Well, what side then, Katie?" And you said
Side 2.
And why side 2 for you?
Oh man, I love All I Want to Be Is By Your Side.
Do you know it by heart?
Yeah.
You don't have to, because like you could look at it, but I want to do like.
Yeah, no, I mean, I actually cover that song.
Like, but I mean, do you know all the songs
Oh
on side
yeah,
2?
no, because I like what I really like about side 2 is that he starts on the acoustic guitar by himself with All I Want to Be Is By Your Side and Wind of Change. And then by the time they get to Baby I Love Your Way, the whole band comes in, and that was like his big hit, right?
Yeah.
So like, and I just love the progression of that. And actually, when I play it live sometimes, I will go straight in from All I Want to Be Is By Your Side into Wind of Change, like the way he does on the vinyl, just because I like the way it sounded so much. I don't play it the same exact way because I know he does it in a different tuning.
Well, that's
but
it. You don't do it the same way. Show's over.
I do it in open D, and his is similar to open D, but it's not quite that specifically. But yeah, I just love the progression of that, the way it, and like, yeah, I mean, he kind of does that with some of the other sides, but the progression of it on side 2 into Baby I Love Your Way is just. It's just my favorite.
Well, it's such a brilliant live record anyway, because you hear, it's like in the 70s when these bands were just touring, and they got so good at playing live. And like this band, it wasn't like they were like hugely popular before this record. Like they were big enough to play, these kind of stadiums. But there was a lot of bands they sold a couple thousand records and they played a lot, but and then this record came out and it was like this. I was a kid when this came out, and I remember it was pretty much like if you were 14 and older, you were pretty much issued this when you got to high school. It's like you have to have here's your books for freshman year. Here's your copy of Frampton Comes Alive. It was like it's pretty much how it went.
Oh, I love that.
But I mean, I wasn't old enough, but I was the youngest, but all of my siblings, it was like it was everywhere. And in the summer of '76, man, I mean, like I don't know, you couldn't get away from it. I know that.
And it's funny you say that because I do feel like when I first started recording, which actually Fletch from the Bunker helped me release my first 2 singles ever, it was really hard for me to capture the energy that I have playing these songs live and the attitude and the vocals and stuff like that when I got into the booth, right? Even the guitar playing, like, rhythmically, I was like, I need to, like, just psych myself up more, like, like...
It's a hard thing to do.
Exactly, so being able to achieve...
That's a different skill, like playing live, like
right.
playing with your friends, and playing live.
And how do you bottle that and let it go in the studio, right? So, like, being able to make a live album like that and capture that energy from the live band, I think there's the 10-minute version of Do You Feel the Way We Do that's also on Guitar Hero with like the 8-minute guitar solo and the vox and everything. That's also a great song. But yeah, that's something that was a live version that they were like this, and it's so epic. It's on Guitar Hero, you know what I mean? It's even more popular than the original, you could say.
I recall, like, I don't know, I could just recall hearing it coming out of cars and people's windows in apartment built, like it was everywhere.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even really that old. I was the youngest in my family, and my brother, I've talked about this. My brother's age demographic was literally that 70s show. He was a freshman in 1976 and he graduated in 1980, and he and his friends were those kids almost exactly. and so like when I would see that show when it was popular, it was very funny because even though they were 7, 8 years older than me, I still remember watching that from a distance, and they had all of that. Like I watched all of that from much younger, but I saw it, and from Kiss to Ted, like all of it. If you watch all that stuff, it's really funny, because they were pretty dead on with that stuff, which is why that show is pretty popular. So that's our album side of the week. And if we had a sponsor, we would mention them now, but we don't. So if you'd like to sponsor that, you can. So that'd be great. Any of the record shops that I shop at. I know you're not watching, so that'd be great. So, all right, so let's see.
Tag your record shops.
So I usually ask questions, which I haven't asked, these deep, hard-hitting questions like, what's your favorite color?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I guess it depends on the day. But
Does it?
Yeah.
Really?
But I usually like red, I would
Red?
say. Yeah. I'm one of the few people. I feel like, you know, I love a basic red t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. That's a good color.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
It's bold, like me.
You
know when it walks into a room.
Yeah. Yeah. So oftentimes it's funny because when somebody answers the question, most of the time I go, yeah, that's exactly what I would say. Now that you say it.
Oh my God, right? I feel like people who like their favorite color is purple. It's like they wear a lot of purple. You know what I mean? They're like, my favorite color is purple, and you look at them and you're like, I could never guess. Like, and they're just like Barney. You know?
Well, yeah. I mean, my favorite color is orange, and if you look around now that you know that.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Sound
everywhere.
mind, sound heart.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's pretty much everywhere, and I was in denial for a long time when I was a kid. Everything was orange, and then I put for a really long time, and then
You're like, I'm more unique than that. Sounds like it was a trendy favorite color, but you stuck to your guns.
Well, when I was a really little kid, my dad worked on race cars, and the family that owned the race car was orange, and so like that was that. It was as simple as that. When I was little, it was like that's where it started, but it's like I just like orange, and I just never left. Like,
Did you get to drive the race car?
no, God, no. No, they never got that far. That would have been nice, but no, that never happened. But that's cool. So, do you have another song for us?
Sure. I'll play another new one, like I was talking about. We're working on this second EP, but we also taught Alfonso and I kind of share the burden of the writing for fall spring. It's really great because when I have a half-finished song, I can be like, this needs a third verse or a bridge, and he'll jump on it. Or if he has a song like that, I can jump on it. And so we just had 2 new songs, one that he wrote and I have a verse for, and I sing the chorus with him on, and then another one that I wrote and he has a verse for that we play, and we taught the band, and we were able to play those new songs out at Indie Music Night at the Arcada last week, so that was awesome. They went over really well. So I'm going to play the one that I came up with, which we decided to call Tequila Shooters.
Right on.
I used to watch you. It's not my place to. What would your man do? Sliding my hands through. Now we're in the kitchen, the one that we live in, touching your body. Tell me you want me. She likes her shooters with tequila and lime. Pass me the salt, baby, 'cause you look divine. I wanna be with you like all of the time. If we're just friends, how can you read my mind? Hey, try to control you, let it unfold you, but now I can see through, changing your hair dye, missing the deadline, showing up on time, with my hands on her right thigh. Ooh. She likes to shoot us with tequila and lime. Pass me the salt, baby, 'cause you look divine. I wanna be with you like all of the time. If we're just friends, how can you read my mind? Ooh. Hey, hey. How can you read my mind? Think of you all the time. I can't get you off my mind. What are they doing? Fussing and screwing. Party at Katie's. What are we doing? Letting your hair down, kissing your eyebrow, whispering, baby, did you know you saved me? She likes her shooters with tequila and lime. Pass me the salt, baby, 'cause you look divine. I wanna be with you like all of the time. If we're just friends, how can you read my mind?
That was awesome.
Thank you. I tried to get Alfonso's verse in there, and I realized I don't know his words as well, but I do know the words to the bridge because he kind of modeled that off of the chorus. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Another one where the harmonies wouldn't really shine, so I'm looking forward to recording that one and getting that out there.
I can totally hear where the space is for the harmonies.
Yeah, it's cool actually. Like, you know, there's parts in the verse where Hannah and Alfonso will kind of will do an echo of like my line, you know. So yeah, and it's actually playing with False Spring has given me such a cool perspective on my songs, and it has kind of injected an energy into them. Like, my first single I ever released with Fletch from the Bunker was Think of You a Lot. And then when we got together with False Spring and we did the first record, that was something Alfonso and I were playing all the time, and it was easy. It's 3 chords the whole time. And we kind of reworked it into a ska version. So there's like horns, and it's got like this like, you know, which like is not how I initially recorded the first single version. So
but somebody else's vision
interpretation,
of what you did.
He was just like he was hearing it, and he used to be in pawn shop with the horns and stuff like that. So his uncle actually helped JB. Yeah.
His brain could interpret something that envision something that yours didn't necessarily
totally
see. Just
and it's
then
awesome.
Once then you're like, oh,
yeah,
all right, that's
it's cool. It's cool. You know, the False Spring really stretches across a lot of genres.
I really
think.
enjoyed it. It's nice. Blue has been helping out with sound stuff. So then, because one of the things that has been a problem for me all along is trying to do everything all at once. And so, the last couple of shows, it's like I know he's kind of handling some of it. And even though I still look over I made a point this time on your second song to go, you know what, he's got it. And I was just kind of listening mostly. I did once or twice like nervously look over because I can't help it, but I'm like no. And I was really getting into it, and I was really enjoying the progression, and I really like. There's a couple of places like. You went to some places I wasn't expecting, and in the most delightful of ways. It was so great.
Yes,
so great.
It took a lot of me getting used to that break before the chorus, not going back to the A, and we go to a D7 instead, which was like Alfonso's idea. That was his contribution.
There were some really great things that went.
Keeps it interesting.
Yes,
yeah.
It was really great, really enjoyable. So, let's see. The big question that I ask everyone is, what is your why? What drove you to write songs? Why do you think you write songs? And there doesn't have to be a serious answer.
Yeah.
But it can be like do you know? And if you don't even know, you don't know.
No, I mean it's actually a really interesting progression, like you said. I had been playing guitar for a long time. I kind of was always like coming up with instrumental stuff that I thought sounded good. Never put the lyrics to it, but I jammed with a lot of people in college. I actually taught the guy down the hall from me in the dorms how to play guitar. I drew out a scale for him, a pentatonic scale, on a tab, and I would just play chords and he would solo over it, and now he shreds. It's so cool. It's so awesome to know that I gave him some foundational knowledge, and he just loved it so much that he built on top of that. But I always was messing around in my 20s with stuff, and I was a decent guitar player.
How old were you when you wrote your first song?
Probably 25, because at that point I was in Borrowed Bicycle, which was a jam band for a long time.
Wait, what was the name?
Borrowed Bicycle.
Nice name.
They were Catch a Fire at first, and then one of the guys moved away.
Borrowed Bicycle's way better.
But yeah, they were you.
In my own opinion.
I liked it too. Yeah. And there was another. I think there was a reggae band in Jamaica or Australia called Catch a Fire, so it was good that we changed it. But yeah, I didn't really write a lot of music for that band. They kind of took one song that I had written in college, which, I think that was probably the first one I ever, actually wrote down. It's definitely not the first one I wrote, but it's the first one I can, remember. It's called 5 Past 3, and it's kind of this jazzy song. And I wrote it based off of the TV show The Americans on FX, which I don't think it's on anymore. But it was in the 70s, and it was about 2 KGB spies that were planted in the United States, and they were supposed to pretend to be husband and wife, and they were assigned these fake spy children and everything. So I kind of wrote a song, a love song, from their perspective, because I think they end up falling in love for real, even though their marriage is fake, for the KGB.
Sham, not a sham.
Right. Yeah. So, so I think I just and it still happens like this. I feel at 3 a.m. I'll wake up and I'll have an idea for a melody. And if I don't record it, I'm not going to remember it in the morning.
Sometimes
I got to
go
go hum
ones.
it to myself. Oh yeah. And that's kind of what happened with this one. I came up with the melody, just in the middle of the night, recorded it. I think I hummed it into my voice memos, and then I came up with the lyrics shortly after. And then I didn't really write anything for a long time until Borrowed Bicycle disbanded. And, being in a jam band for a long time, it was crazy key changes, 8-minute guitar solos. So I was I just want to write simple 2-3 chord pop songs, kind of, or at least it'll follow the pop song structure, and it'll get, there'll be some fun melodies that'll get stuck in your head, and it's palatable for everybody, Yeah.
Well, I think you've done that.
Thank you.
I enjoy the songs that I hear, and what was there's a couple of questions that what was the first instrument you ever bought for yourself?
That's tough. My parents were so supportive. They were always buying shit for me,
No, you're lucky. All right, so what was?
And my grandpa was a musician too, so he actually donated a lot.
Hand me down, quality hand me downs. That's good. Okay, so what was the first concert you ever bought tickets yourself? You funded yourself to go to.
Oh my God, I'm going to embarrass myself so hard on this if I answer
I don't know.
it correctly.
We've had some embarrassing responses to this.
I think it was like Metro Station and
they're
and the
laughing, but
main-
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah, Blue Nose Metro. Shake, 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 shake it.
What? He's laughing really hard. So you
Is there any way we can play that song at the end of the episode? Just have us go out on that.
I think you just did, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Yeah, and that was funny, man. I just had like pictures from that concert come up because it was like me and my friends just dressed in neon head to toe.
And that was the thing?
That was the thing.
Okay. That
Yeah.
was when Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Do you know who they were?
Oh yeah, we were just talking about that band because "Relax" was that big single. Yeah.
Yeah, played that record endlessly.
But
And then they played at a place called the Bismarck, and everybody was dancing, and the floor collapsed.
oh my god,
Yeah,
everybody was okay.
yeah, I think so.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah,
insane.
It was the '80s. They
I
didn't
feel
care
like
too
that
much.
song has an eerie history.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was yeah.
Yeah.
That record was pretty controversial too. I mean, I was a freshman when that came out. I think maybe a sophomore.
Mhm.
It was. And then,
What was controversial about it?
Two tribes? I think two tribes. There's on the other side. It was two tribes. It
Okay.
was a big. The video I think was a big deal.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
If I'm remembering it right.
Mhm.
Because they depicted Reagan and Gorbachev
Oh,
like fighting.
I love
like,
it.
Like a smackdown.
Yeah.
I'd have to look it up again if I'm.
Oh
if
my
I'm remembering.
gosh.
I think it was like a big deal, and it ended up like getting a lot of. They were. My favorite song on the record was a Jerry and the Pacemakers cover of.
Jerry and the Pacemakers.
Well, because I found out Jerry from Jerry and the Pacemakers, his last name was Marsden, because the credit on the record was Marsden, and his 14-year-old kid went, "Wait a minute, what?" And
You're like,
because
"Is that my great
there were
uncle or
records,
something?"
right?
Yeah.
They were, and when you would read all the thing, and it was Do you know the way to San Jose? That's a Jerry and the Pacemakers record. And they covered "Do You Know the Way to San Jose?" and my mother was like stuck her head in my bedroom like, "What are you listening to?"
My mom would do that to me all the time. I feel like, especially like when I was listening to Bon Iver all the time, she was like, "Everything you listen to is so sad. Why is it all so sad? Are you sad?"
My wife and I were having this conversation with my son about he said something about I'm such a dumb dad because I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something like he was talking about like emo music or something. I go, isn't that kind of the point of it? It's all sad, like it's the whole genre, isn't it? Like I'm getting the whole quote and conversation totally wrong and out of context.
Yeah,
but
you don't call something emo when it's happy.
But he wasn't even like he was describing. I don't know which band. It was like I don't know, but it was like why are all the lyrics of this band sad? Or why I go, it's emo, right? It's all sad. Isn't that the point? And he just looked at me like, Dad.
Not these days, I guess.
Well, he's all my kids have been great, and so I'm exaggerating the disgust, but there's a little of it where he just looks at me sometimes like.
I just remembered we're live on camera.
Yeah. No. The truth, it is the truth. Like I'm exaggerating that he doesn't hate me near as much as I wonder if he does. But sometimes he does look at me like, really, but
That's okay. I get that look from my wife a lot.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I still asked. Dawn and I were second marriage, and I figured after we were dating like 2 or 3 months that she'd probably grown sick of me by then. And I after about 2 or 3 months, I said, "Are you sick of me yet?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Should be any time now." And we've been married I think 17 years, so I keep asking her if she's sick of me, and she still says no. So
You're doing something right.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really sure. So, all right. So, your open mics are again review. Your open mics are where?
Every second and fourth Tuesday, I host open mic at Altar Brewing in St. Charles. Every second and last Sunday, I am at Riverlands Brewing, also in St. Charles.
Mm-hmm.
And every third Tuesday, so the Tuesday in between the Altar open mics, I'm at the Batavia VFW off of 25, which is like right down the street from Funway. My wife actually went to the Moose Lodge one time instead of the VFW, so I need to make that
I have
clear.
an interesting fact
Yeah.
about the Batavia
Well, let's
VFW.
hear it. Yeah.
When I was a little kid, I was an electrician for 30. I am an electrician. I was a union electrician for part of the local union 701.
Right on.
For 37 years. And when I was a little kid, my dad was also part of that union, as was my grandfather. And we would go, the 701 picnic when I was a child was at that VFW every summer when I was a kid.
In Batavia?
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Because the guy that was the business manager lived in Batavia, and
Okay.
he arranged it there. So
It's a nice place because it's right on the river there.
Well, try to imagine. So, like in 1975,
Yeah.
6, 4, 5, 6. Like I was a little kid, and I hadn't been there in like I don't know, 25 years or something. And I pulled up there, and I was in the back, and my brain was going, "Why do I know this place?
Yeah, why
do I know this place?
Did I have a dream here?
I know that I know this place." And I was like, "Oh my god!" So, anyways, that's that
Yeah.
place. I know that place very well.
And I don't think they've changed it because there's still wood paneling in the bar.
No, it's like that whole back, like
Yeah.
There's more stuff, but it's basically the same. My head exploded that day. So those and you don't have any gigs, but you play with what besides
Fall Spring?
Fall Spring. Don't you do another? You
Yes.
became a drummer all of a sudden.
Yeah. So I played drums for Josette Casey Band, and I also drum for a Def Leppard, all-female Def Leppard cover band, which I'm pretty sure we are the only one in the country, is the way that we are marketing it and the way we are told, but called Hysteria.
I would just don't qualify it. Just go with it.
Yeah. So yeah, only all-female Def Leppard cover
Wait,
band.
it's called what again?
Hysteria.
Hysteria.
Because they have an album
Brilliant.
called Hysteria and a song.
Right. No,
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
You gotta have a play on words if you're gonna be a cover band.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good.
I'm stoked. We have a gig in Rushville, Illinois. We'll be there on September 19th at the Lipstick Pig for homecoming weekend. So it's gonna get rowdy.
I would imagine.
Yeah, pour some sugar on me. Really, really brings out people's alter egos.
I've seen that, like, in just regular terms, the all-female version of Def Leppard, I'm sure really just brings it to a new level.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm easily the least talented member in that band. Everybody else is crazy good. Our bassist Rachel is the director of music for the School of Rock in Hinsdale, and Nicole is shreds. She actually gets pulled on stage with Slaughter almost every time they're in town.
Oh wow!
She's
the real
great.
deal.
Oh yeah, she's incredible. So I'm super grateful to be playing with them. I'm probably the personality hire there, but it's great, and
Doesn't matter.
we have a lot of
I don't
fun
know,
and we put on a really good show. So I'll keep everybody posted when we play locally.
And I know that you're a pretty good drummer, anyways.
I have rhythm, which is like half the battle, especially when you're playing to a click track.
Well, yeah. If you're playing to actual tracks and stuff, you're doing something. So
Thank
that's
you.
for sure.
Thank you. It's
Now,
a lot of fun.
Do you have a website or any like social media stuff? that you wanna
Just
post?
my Instagram is KXBOGES, KBogues. Yeah,
Right
it's
on.
been my nickname my whole life. It's great because my dad is Dad Bogues, and my little brother's P Bogues. So we kind of have our own little Instagram handle family
Nice.
happening. Except for my little brother who just had to go with Lord Harry Bagel because Bogle and Bagel, that was always a joke
Sure.
that people made growing up. So. KX Bogues on Instagram. I'm DJ Katie B on Facebook. Was actually going to talk to you. It'd be fun to do a DJ stream for an hour one time. Maybe
Yeah.
we could set that up and really get the party going in here.
Well, we have some other things that we're gonna do, like some we're gonna do a live, like, starting in the fall, we're going to do Songwriters Lounge live, like one a month, where instead of this, it's going to be more featured, where it's more of a live set of an artist. And then we're also going to do separately, like a weekend night where it's like a party kind of aspect, where it's an audience and an artist, and it's a set, like a Austin City Limits concept.
Perfect.
So
Well, y'all are welcome for the sneak peek of what is going to happen in the MeL Muzic space
Right.
in the very short future.
it's there's some things coming up, either late fall or early next year. So as soon as I can get it all together. The problem with me is I have too many irons in the fire, so it's hard to. The ideas are good. The getting it all
I feel that.
in motion is. So you didn't you run for president? You're the president now, right? You're some. I know that you're some sort of.
Oh my God, I wish. No,
something.
I just
We
sit
all
on
do,
my.
Katie. We all do.
I sit on my local library board.
That's
which
what it was.
Is
So
a
almost
great
the
way
same.
to-
It's almost the same.
Yeah.
So besides the MeLmusic.com you could go to for any. I got it. I'm playing at. You just did the Arcada. You said, right?
Yeah, the indie
And
music
you're doing
night.
Blues doing the Arcada next week.
Right on.
Do you have anything Joe said coming up?
Crowdfunding. For her-
Crowdfunding.
her
Joe said.
campaign.
And we have that songwriter.
Oh yeah, Demi's.
Story time at
Oh, yes.
Black Dog.
Yes, we're all doing.
We're
that.
all playing that. I'm really stoked for that because Demi is so sweet and set it up where it's like Hannah, Josette, and me all playing in a row with each other. So
I'm playing
That's
that
gonna
day
be
as well.
exciting. Yeah.
About
Saturday,
90 minutes ahead of you.
August 16th at Black Dog Vinyl Cafe, one of my wife's favorite venues for me to play at because she loves a latte and a good record. So,
As do I.
Yeah, who doesn't? So it'll be a lot of fun. I think it's $10 and there's literally like 20 artists in one day.
Right, Saturday and Sunday
Yeah.
are both. I think you can get a discount
2-day
by
pass,
both
yeah.
days because it.
Check it out on Eventbrite on the link
Right.
on the
Both
Facebook event.
days, there's amazing people on both days. That's the 16th and 17th at
Mm-hmm.
Black Dog. The 26th, I'm playing the Arcada with my full band, so that'll be fun.
Awesome.
And then I got the 22nd somewhere else. I'm opening for somebody. I'm doing a million things right now.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
completely out of. It's crazy. My hair's on fire.
I had a bunch of cancellations this month because I got double booked somewhere, and then another place, the restaurant is closed now. So
Uh oh. Well, hey. You guys in there?
right.
I don't know. The lights are off. I'm supposed to play. Katie's in there.
So if you
looking-
need anybody
she's
to
in-
play
she's
some
looking in the
music
window
for
going, "I
on
don't-
August 29th, hit me up.
I don't know if there's anybody in. They
Why
said I'm
is
supposed
the
to
door
play.
boarded up? Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's see. I think that brings us to dumb joke of the day.
Yay.
Gotta go this way. Now, this literally was delivered by somebody else. This came to us from Seymour Butts.
Mr. Butts.
Mr. Butts sent us a letter. So, I had no control over the dumb joke of the day. Of course, I never do. It's delivered by a mailman, but... Okay. Oh. Why couldn't the jalapeno...
Thanks for joining us, Angus. Thanks for the sign off.
Right.
I see that up there.
Why couldn't the jalapeno do archery? He didn't. Habanero.
Nice.
I was aware of that joke.
Oh, the goat, the screaming goat.
That's right. It's Fred the Screaming Goat. All right. So that brings us to the end. We managed to get everything done. I usually forget something. I even thank the bunker. So thanks again to the Bunker Live. They were super nice, and I know that they start at 8:30 tonight, I think. So if you like this show, you'll like what they do.
Keep the party going. Join the Bunker Live.
I was actually invited to go over there and do a set in September. So myself and Kenny P. Mitchell has been playing guitar with me.
Cool.
I also play bass in Kenny P. Mitchell in The Last Chance now because his bass player
Oh my
moved out of
gosh.
state. So
That's awesome.
So that's been fun.
Yeah.
And the night that we play at the Arcada, it's myself, MeL Muzic, Kenny P. Mitchell in The Last Chance, Cheryl Rohde, and Sticky Gumbo. So
Yeah,
that's a night.
That's a good lineup, yeah.
So that's a night. So.
I wish I could go if I didn't have my open mic.
Oh, darn.
That's why that's another reason the Tuesdays are tough for me. I never get to go see my friends perform
You're
at those
working,
things. Yeah.
right.
It's like right down the street too. It's like by the time I finish open mic, the last band is done usually. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Well, we'll just have to make the Saturday once a month here a thing. See, now we're talking.
That sounds great.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? Did I forget anything? No. I don't think so. All right. I think that brings us to the end of the show. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It was
This
a
was
joy.
super fun.
All
Yeah.
right. Thanks, Blue. Thanks, Josette. And
And thank you all for joining us.
is the Ray Rayner? Do you know who Ray Rayner was?
Mm-mm.
No. Do you guys know who Ray Rayner was? I do not. That makes me officially old. Ray Rayner was the guy. He used to do TV on Channel 9 in the mornings when we were little kids. Us old people around Chicago. So he used to say bye bye bye.